Welcome back. Senator Bernie Sanders is on the line with us. He is the chair of the Senate Budget Committee, one of the most, frankly, one of the most powerful positions in the U.S. Senate, and an old friend of the show, sanders.senate.gov, of course, his website and his Twitter handle, Send Sanders, as in Senator. Senator, welcome back. What's going on with this infrastructure bill? I know you're in the thick of it, or is there something else at the top of your mind that you want to bring up?
No, it's infrastructure, but it's a lot more than infrastructure, I'll tell you that. Thom, what we are working on right now will be the most consequential legislation passed, if we can get it passed, since the 1930s. And what we are doing is taking a hard look at what's going on in America and attempting to address the many crises that working families are facing. So what you got in America now, as you well know, I know you talk about it every day, is the people on top are doing phenomenally well, while ordinary people are struggling. Real wages in America, inflation accounted for wages haven't gone up in 48 years. You got almost 600,000 people sleeping out on the street. Those are the issues that we have got to deal with. So what we are doing right now is working on a very broad piece of legislation, incorporating but expanding upon what the president sent us. And that means, yes, we are going to build roads and bridges and put people back to work at good paying jobs. We're going to do that, but we're going to do more than that. We recognize, unlike some of my Republican colleagues, that climate change is a major, major threat to this country and to the world. The United States has got to lead in the transition away from fossil fuel to energy efficiency and sustainable energy. We're going to put a whole lot of money into that, and that means creating millions more good-paying jobs, including a civilian conservation corps, a civilian climate corps, which will put a lot of young people to work at good-paying jobs. We're also going to deal with the crisis in childcare, in pre-K, in paid family and medical leave. You know, we are the only major country not to have paid family and medical leave. We're going to expand Medicare to cover dental, eyeglasses, and hearing aids, because a whole lot of seniors cannot afford to go to a dentist or to get a hearing aid. We are going to expand the child tax credit, which people are going to begin to receive in their accounts in mid-July. That's about $300 per child, which is very important. We're working to pay for the expansion of Medicare by lowering the cost, by having Medicare negotiate prescription drug prices with the pharmaceutical industry. We are paying the highest prices in the world for prescription drugs, and that has got to end. So that's some of what we are doing in this major piece of legislation.
So you've got this group of so-called moderate Democrats and Republicans who are getting together and negotiating what appears to be a little teeny-tiny piece of the overall infrastructure. And it kind of looks to me like Joe Biden, President Biden, is patting them on the head and saying, okay, that's fine, we'll incorporate this. But the big plan is to throw that into this much larger bill. Do I have that right? And are you planning on getting this through reconciliation?
You're into inside the Beltway politics, which is very convoluted, to say the least.
Yes.
I think what will, first of all, we don't even know what's in this infrastructure bill, so-called bipartisan bill, and we don't know how it's going to be paid for. We do know Republicans don't want to raise taxes on the wealthy or large corporations. So we don't know, again, how they're going to pay for it. But what they want to spend money on is reasonable. They want to spend money in areas that need to be addressed, and that is roads and bridges and water systems and wastewater plants, et cetera, et cetera. So if, in fact, a bipartisan bill is passed, what I can tell you is it will be passed in connection with a large, what we call reconciliation bill that I've been talking about. It will not be one or the other. If that bipartisan bill is passed, it will be very clear that we are going to go forward with a much larger bill.
Now, a couple of weeks ago, it was reported that the Senate parliamentarians said, you can't do that. You can't use reconciliation to get around a filibuster. Is that still a problem?
No.
Why not?
No. Again, this is inside rules here, and I'm sure everybody is terribly interested in the Byrd rules. But what all of this is about is reconciliation is primarily dealing with budgetary matters, not policy. So what you can't do, which is a problem, what you cannot do in reconciliation is come up with broad policy changes. But you can, of course, spend money and impact the budget.
So you can
you can raise money, you can spend money.
Right.
And what we are intending to do is pay for a lot of what we are talking about by demanding that the wealthy and large corporations finally start paying their fair share.
So,
of
Senator
taxes.
Sanders, in the last minute we have here before we're going to get rudely interrupted by one of those breaks, what should our listeners be doing right now?
Should be making sure that every member of the House and every member of the Senate is going to vote for a massive and significant piece of legislation to transform the lives of tens of millions of Americans.
And what's the best way to communicate with them?
Get on the phone, call up your senator, call up your House member, email them as well.
I'm hearing from my callers, literally in dozens of states, that when they try to call the Republican senators or the Republican members of the House, it always goes to voicemail. No human being answers the phone. What do?
That's a good question. I think, presumably people will listen. That's really a bad practice.
It really is.
But I would hope that at least they listen to their voicemails. And, if they get thousands of calls, somebody will be paying attention. I'm
So
sure.
persist, in other words.
Yes.
I got it. Senator Sanders, thank you so much for the great work you're doing, and thanks for dropping by the show today. It's always wonderful talking with you. Thank you.
Good. Thank you, Thom. Bye-bye.
Have a good one. Senator Bernie Sanders.
Do we even need to do a commercial for the Steph store? The shirts are flying off the right. Look at this. Look at it. Get your face
Look
up
at
there.
that.
Get your face up there. Look. We have them for Team Pfizer, Team J&J. We are all Team Vaccine here. We have amazing.
That's right.
And you can get it on everything. Right, Chris? Not just shirts.
Bath mats, shower curtains. You can get it on art, a clock. You can get
Duvet.
a selfie bomb on a clock.
We have Stephanie Miller swag. We have Sexy Liberal swag. And, of course, all the vaccine shirts. Get it now. StephanieMiller.com. Whee!